What if I told you that most of the things you're doing right now are pushing you further from your goals? Think about it. How much time do you really spend focused on what matters? The truth is, the world is designed to distract you, to pull you in a million different directions. But what if you could break free from that? What if you could focus, reprogram your mind, and start building the future you really want, step by step? Stick around because today, I'm going to show you how to take control of your path, no matter where you're starting from. Have you ever sat down to watch a 60-minute video, only to find yourself checking your phone, scrolling through social media, or even leaving halfway through? It's the reality for most of us today. According to recent studies, the average person engages with a video for only about 12 minutes out of 60, less than 20% of the time. And the rest? Our attention is scattered, fleeting, and constantly interrupted. The distractions are everywhere. We swipe, tap, and scroll mindlessly. But here's the problem. This isn't just about entertainment. This is how we approach our goals too. Imagine you're working towards something important, maybe an exam, a project, or a career goal. You can't afford to be passive about it. You need to stay focused, engaged, and active. But in today's world, with social media pushing us to consume, it's easy to lose track of what truly matters. As we scroll through feeds, click on the latest video, or check out a post, we're pulled further away from our goals. These external distractions build a link that separates us from success. A link that gets harder to break every time we choose passivity over action. But here's the truth. Achieving anything worth having requires active participation. You can't just watch success happen, you need to work for it. Focused attention and mental discipline are your greatest tools for breaking this link. Look at the difference. On one side, you have someone mindlessly scrolling through a feed, drifting from one distraction to the next. On the other, you have someone completely immersed in their task, studying, writing, or creating. It's the same time, the same energy, but the outcome is entirely different. To break this link, you need to train your mind. Every minute you spend fully focused on your task, you're strengthening your ability to stay engaged. It's about mental discipline, the decision to ignore the distractions, to stay in the moment, and to move one step closer to your goal. Focus isn't something that just happens. It's a choice. To truly achieve what you set out to do, you have to engage, stay present, and keep pushing forward no matter the distractions. Have you ever tried to build something without a clear plan? Picture this. You're about to build a house. You grab some tools, gather materials, and start laying down bricks. But without a blueprint, what are you really building? Chances are you'd end up with something unorganized, messy, and incomplete. The same thing happens with life when we don't have a solid plan. Life, just like any major project, needs a blueprint. A clear, detailed plan that maps out where you want to go and the steps you'll take to get there. Without this blueprint, you're simply drifting, pulled in different directions by distractions and impulses. And the results? Well, they're often chaotic and unfulfilling. Think about it. You wouldn't dive into building a house without understanding what the finished structure should look like, would you? So why would you dive into life's challenges without a plan for where you want to be in 2 years, 5 years, or even 10 years? Success doesn't happen overnight. It requires time, patience, and above all, mental preparation. You need to be ready for the long haul, to stay focused, and to adjust when necessary. Whether you're preparing for a career change, studying for an important exam, or building a business, you need to plan for the future. You need to commit to your goals with the same dedication that an architect commits to a blueprint. Let's face it, success isn't immediate. It doesn't come overnight. In fact, real success takes time. You need to focus on the next 2 years of your life, not just the next 2 weeks. The steps you take now will lay the foundation for your future. Start by mapping out your goals. Write them down. Make them as specific as possible. Think long-term. What do you want to achieve? And how will you break that down into manageable steps? Create a plan that's flexible enough to grow with you, but firm enough to keep you on track. It's not just about making a plan. It's about emotional commitment. When you're emotionally invested in your goals, it's easier to stay motivated, even when the road gets tough. Your blueprint needs to be more than just a piece of paper. It needs to be a living, breathing reflection of your dreams, your passion, and your determination to succeed. Today, take some time to write down your blueprint for success. Break down your long-term goals into smaller, actionable steps. Commit emotionally to these goals, and remind yourself daily why you're on this journey. This is how you build a solid foundation for the future, one that will stand strong no matter the challenges ahead. What does it take to truly change? To reach your goals and build the future you've always dreamed of? It's not just about the actions you take, it's about how you reprogram your mind. The way you think, the beliefs you hold, and the habits you cultivate all play a massive role in your success. Your mind is a powerful tool, but to unlock its full potential, you need to reinforce it daily. The more you focus on your goal, the clearer it becomes. The more you visualize success, the more your brain begins to work toward it, almost like it's hardwired for it. This process of reprogramming takes time, but with consistent effort, your mind will align itself with your desires. So how do you keep that focus sharp? How do you ensure that your mind stays connected to your goal every single day? One of the most powerful techniques is positive affirmation. By repeating affirmations, words of belief and encouragement, you are actively reprogramming your subconscious mind to stay aligned with your aspirations. On top of affirmations, visualize your success every day. Picture yourself already achieving your goal. Imagine how it feels to be in the place you want to be, living the life you're working towards. Visualization strengthens your belief, fuels your motivation, and primes your mind to take the actions necessary for success. But this isn't a one-time fix. Reprogramming takes time, consistent daily effort. It's a process that unfolds over the next 3 to 6 months. Each day you need to engage with your goals. Surround yourself with success stories, whether that's through books, podcasts, or videos of people who have achieved what you want. These stories serve as proof that your goal is possible, that it's real, and that it's within your reach. Don't just wait for motivation to strike. Actively seek it out every day. Read about the people who've walked the path before you. Hear their challenges, their wins, and their lessons. Let their stories fuel your own journey. This daily practice is like food for the mind, feeding your dreams and keeping them alive. And let's not forget about daily practice. Engage with exercises that directly relate to your goal. Whether it's journaling, creating mind maps, or repeating your affirmations, these small actions compound over time. They keep your mind engaged, focused, and continuously moving forward. It's not about achieving everything all at once. It's about steady, relentless progress. This process requires patience. It's ongoing. But each step, each repetition is building your mental strength. The more you commit to this daily routine, the more ingrained your goal becomes in your psyche. Soon, it won't feel like work at all. It'll feel like a natural part of who you are. Today, start reinforcing your goal. Begin with simple daily practices like writing down your affirmations, reading a success story, or visualizing your success. Make this process a non-negotiable part of your day. Over the next 3 to 6 months, this daily effort will compound, and you'll see your understanding grow. Your goal will no longer be a distant dream. It will be your reality, just waiting to unfold. When it comes to building your future, practical knowledge is your best friend. It's one thing to sit in a classroom, absorbing theories, reading books, and listening to lectures. But true growth happens when you roll up your sleeves and dive into real-world experiences. The truth is, learning by doing accelerates your growth in ways that theory alone can't. You can study all you want, but until you're faced with the challenges, decisions, and obstacles of the real world, you won't understand the full scope of what you need to learn. Think about it this way. The best athletes don't just read books about sports. They play, practice, and get better through trial and error. The same applies to you, no matter what field you're in. Experience is your teacher. Now, I know it's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate returns. You might feel like you're investing time and energy into something with no visible reward. But trust me, even when you're not getting the results you want, you're gaining value. Every task you take on, every challenge you face adds another piece to your growth. Failure doesn't mean you're not moving forward. It's often a stepping stone to the big breakthrough. Every setback is a learning opportunity that prepares you for the future. You can't get to the top without experiencing the falls along the way. Over the next year, immerse yourself in real-world experiences. This is where the magic happens. Whether it's internships, volunteer work, or tackling projects head-on, get involved in activities that push you to apply what you've learned and adapt on the fly. The goal isn't to play it safe, it's to experience everything: the wins, the losses, the mistakes, and the lessons that follow. Imagine yourself in a hands-on situation. You're at an internship, facing a real problem, using your skills to solve it. The pressure is on, and the stakes are high. This is practical learning at its finest. It's not about reading about success, it's about doing it, experiencing it firsthand, and figuring out what works and what doesn't. This approach won't just help you accumulate knowledge, it'll help you apply it in real time. As you immerse yourself in these experiences, you'll develop the resilience, skills, and adaptability that will propel you forward in your field. Remember, success doesn't come from theory, it comes from experience. So what can you do today? Look for opportunities to immerse yourself in hands-on experiences. It could be an internship, a volunteer role, or a personal project where you can learn by doing. Over the next year, commit to real-world practice, knowing that each experience will build on the last. Don't worry about immediate rewards. Focus on learning, and everything else will follow. After all the knowledge you've gathered, there comes a crucial turning point. It's time to take ownership. The work you've put in so far has laid the foundation, but now it's on you to shape the path forward. It's about self-reliance, taking charge of your journey, staying committed to constant growth, and owning the process of progress. No one is going to hand you success. The reality is, you are the architect of your future. It's up to you to keep learning, improving, and moving toward your goal every single day. The more you take ownership of your path, the more you control your destiny. But while self-reliance is key, it's also important to recognize that no one succeeds alone. This is where the power of mentorship and networking comes into play. Look around you. The most successful people in the world don't get there by working in isolation. They've surrounded themselves with mentors, peers, and professionals who challenge them, inspire them, and push them to think bigger. A strong network doesn't just help you get by, it helps you thrive. Find those who've walked the path before you and ask them about their journey. Tap into their wisdom, their mistakes, and their victories. Mentorship opens doors to new insights, new strategies, and new opportunities that you might never have found on your own. Over the next 2 to 3 years, make it a priority to connect with those who can elevate your career. Seek out individuals who share your passion, who have knowledge to impart, and who will help you see things from different perspectives. Whether it's through professional organizations, online communities, or personal connections, your network will be one of your most powerful assets. Imagine yourself at a networking event or a meeting with a mentor. You're engaging in a meaningful conversation, listening to their experience, sharing your own, and realizing that these connections are not just for today, they're for the long term. As you continue to build these relationships, you'll find new doors opening, new opportunities emerging, and new directions to explore. The path to success isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart. And that means leveraging the wisdom of those who've been there, done that. Surround yourself with people who will challenge you to grow, and don't be afraid to seek advice, collaborate, and learn from others. So, here's your next step. Begin building your network. Reach out to potential mentors, connect with industry professionals, and make it a point to engage with those who can help you push past your limits. In the next 2 to 3 years, these relationships will be invaluable in guiding your progress and opening up new opportunities. Remember, your self-reliance will only get you so far. Surrounding yourself with the right people will take you even farther. Success, failure. We often think of them as opposites, but in reality, they are two sides of the same coin. Each one plays an essential role in shaping who we become and how far we go. The truth is, Both success and failure are stepping stones to growth. Every success you achieve teaches you something about your strengths, your skills, and your strategy. But failure teaches you something even more valuable. It teaches you about resilience, perseverance, and the ability to bounce back stronger. Both success and failure contribute to the bigger picture. Without one, the other loses its meaning. It's the balance of both that leads you to true growth. It's not about how many times you win or lose, but about how you learn from every experience. When we look at life, we need to reframe our view of success and failure. We live in a world that celebrates immediate victories and quick wins, but real success is a long-term journey. You're not going to get everything right the first time. In fact, the odds are you'll stumble along the way, and that's okay. Take a moment to reflect. Imagine someone who starts their journey full of ambition, but faces setbacks early on. They might lose a deal, miss an opportunity, or even face rejection. In the short term, it may seem like failure. But when you zoom out and look at their journey over several years, you'll see how those early losses were crucial lessons. Those losses built character and prepared them for bigger wins. This is the long-term view you need to adopt. Success and failure are not isolated events. They're part of a much larger cycle. In the grand scheme, failures balance out with victories, and over time, you'll see the cumulative impact of all your experiences. The key isn't to dwell on your mistakes or get too comfortable with your wins. It's to persist, to keep going, and to learn from every single step. Think about it like this. If you were to look at your life as a book, success and failure would be the chapters. Some chapters might be filled with triumphs, while others are full of struggle. But in the end, it's the story as a whole that matters. Every chapter contributes to who you are and where you're headed. So, don't let short-term setbacks define your journey. Keep going, keep learning, and keep moving forward. The long-term success you're striving for is built on your ability to learn from every experience, whether it's a win or a loss. Here's what you can do. When you face a setback, don't be discouraged. Instead, embrace it as part of your journey. Take time to reflect on what went wrong, what you can learn, and how you can improve next time. Remember, long-term success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about learning from it and using it to fuel your persistence. Keep your eyes on the long-term growth, and the short-term losses will just be bumps in the road. As we come to the close of this journey together, there's one thing that I want to leave you with. The process is what matters most. We often get fixated on the end goal, thinking that success is a single destination. But the truth is, success isn't about reaching a final point. It's about how you get there. The effort, the learning, the mistakes, and the growth, all of that is what truly shapes you. Success comes from the dedication you put into the process, from the focus you maintain through both wins and losses. It's your commitment to continuous improvement that matters, not just the achievement at the end. Think about someone who has spent years working towards their goal. Maybe it's the completion of a challenging project, a long-awaited career achievement, or even personal development. As they look back, it's not just the final achievement that defines them. It's the journey they've gone through. The countless hours of hard work, the moments of doubt, the lessons learned from both failure and success. All of these experiences shape who they've become. And when they finally reach their goal, it's not just the achievement that's celebrated, it's the entire process that led them there. You are on that same journey right now. Whether you're at the beginning or already deep into your path, remember that this process is your transformation. You are becoming the person who can handle the challenges, who can persist through the tough times, and who can celebrate the growth along the way. As you continue forward, remember that this journey is continuous. There is no final end. There is always another level to reach, another lesson to learn, another skill to acquire. Stay committed, even when the road gets tough. Adjust your blueprint when needed, but never lose sight of your goal. Don't let distractions pull you off course, and don't let temporary failures stop you. Keep moving forward. Every day is another step in your growth, another chance to learn, adapt, and build your success. And when you look back on the road you've traveled, you'll realize that the true reward was never the destination, it was the journey itself. Now, it's your turn. Stay committed to your journey. Embrace the process, even when it feels tough. Adjust your blueprint as you learn and grow, but don't lose focus. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, and every victory is a step closer to the next challenge. Keep going, stay focused, and embrace the journey. You're building something great.